Hey VC Vinyl Community, it's Mazzy here, and this is an episode just because I feel like it in my car, but I'm on the border. Not the Eagles song, I'm on the border of the United States and Canada, so there's no wall to be seen. Not one wall. And I'm stuck in a 2-hour traffic holiday weekend thing. It's either because of the holiday or because people are trying to, we're protecting ourselves because our airports during the Revolutionary War we got to protect them, right? George Washington is out there protecting our airports as we speak. So anyway, I've been driving up from Seattle. I'm going to see Sir Paul McCartney tomorrow night in wonderful Vancouver, British Columbia. My last McCartney show was at Candlestick Park about 5 years ago when he closed down Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And as you may or may not know, that's where the Beatles played their last live paid performance ever at Candlestick Park. Not obviously they did the rooftop at Apple Records that you've seen in Let It Be, but that's not a paid concert. But last concert, San Francisco in 1966, August 29th, yada yada. I've been driving up. I stopped in Bellevue, Washington at a couple of record stores and I picked some, can I talk faster? It's because of this dark roast espresso beans and steamed milk in this canister. I stopped in Bellingham, Washington, picked up some records, which I may share, and I'm playing great music on the road. I just got finished with a couple of tracks from Grateful Dead, 1974 Vancouver. Perfect, right? But I have my iPhone, random through Apple, what is it called, CarPlay. I load in about 4,000 different songs, random, and I just play them randomly. But albums, and then it's on random. So I'm thinking of you people out there. I have some soundtracks. So B-side Beth, I have some Angelo Badalamenti, which you may or may not know, but you know everything about soundtracks. So I love his soundtracks, all from David Lynch, Twin Peaks and Fire Walk with Me, and all the David Lynch movies too. I love that stuff. I have some Genesis for Bill at the Vinyl Universe. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get my vinyl names all mixed up, but Bill, my favorite Genesis album, my first one is Selling England by the Pound. Right after that is Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and that's the only time I ever saw Genesis, was the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway tour. And I'm sorry to say, I can't stand Phil Collins' Genesis. As lead singer, drummer fine, in the back, shut the fuck up. But anyway, I love that Genesis. I do love Phil Collins' production of that Agatha album. The singer, one of ABBA's singers, that single, I forget the name of the single. It's a fucking great single that Phil Collins produced in the 80s. So maybe one point on a future episode I'll show it to you. Vinyl rundown, Greg in LA, is that right? I'm getting my rundowns and my universes mixed up. I played some Doors and I played some jazz. So you're in everything, but X. I played some X. I know you recently showed some X too, I think. Was that you? I can't remember now. And then my boy Chris had some Lee Morgan there and some Coltrane. It's digital, sorry. But, when you're driving, you can't play a record in your car. Who else? If I don't call your name, are you going to be upset? Because I can't think. This is all over the top. Steve Carlson. I'm getting into Canada. I'm about to cross the Canadian border. That's a little joke about your pronunciation. But I love you, Steve, because you like everything. And I like that you're open to everything. And I love that about you. So, hey, Mazzy's a lover, not a fighter. Who else? Oh, man. I'm going to, as soon as I hang up and it pushes a little red button, I'm going to think of some other call-outs, because I don't do a lot of shout-outs. Help me now. Let me think by city. All you Southern boys, you just had your meetup. Who am I forgetting on the Southern roster there of your meetup? I got Bill, Chris. God, I'm so sorry. It's because of the caffeine here. Anyway, William now. Jazz, tone poet, blue note, jazzy Mazzy. William now is great. Baraka B. Dub, but he's been gone for a while. He's so particular. Maybe it's because of the NASA 50th. Doesn't he work for NASA? So he's probably in the midst of the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. By the way, watch my moon landing, or my 50th anniversary video of landing on the moon, if you like. It's in black and white, so kind of artsy fartsy. I'm still stuck in this, literally it's a 2-hour wait to get across the border. And I'm right at the peace, what is that called? The peace, it's some big peace statue thing, crossing the border of Canada and the United States. Wow, look at this traffic. Friday, it's only 3:20 in the afternoon, but it's the holiday weekend, right? I thought the middle day would not be that busy, but whatever. I need recommendations. I'm going to see Paul McCartney. I do have an extra ticket, so if anyone shows up at the last minute in Vancouver tomorrow, maybe we can do a trade or a cheap buy, sell it for a lot less than I paid for it, just because it's extra. I paid for it 3 months ago. Sir Paul McCartney, great seats. It's a VIP thing, so I'm getting some kind of gift that they already sent to me, so you don't get that. But I also looking for recommendations of the perfect martini in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm sure I can find that myself. And I think this is a Friday night. I don't do it very often, really, but I want a great steak. A steak and a martini. So, Vancouver. God, look at this traffic, I swear to God. It's just 3 lanes backed up. And then on the other side, 1, 2, okay, see all these people trying to get into America. And there's no wall up here, again. I digress. I'm just kind of ranting. On the way up, I've been listening, what else did I listen to? Obviously some Beatles, some Grateful Dead, Scout Niblet, kind of a indie 2000, mid 2000s. I don't know where she is now. Kind of artsy, out there, minimal. She did also some stuff with, of course I'm blanking out right now, whatever. Have some new albums here by Calexico and Iron and Wine, which is kind of a beautiful record. I have the new Black Keys, which I like. Their stuff is just so catchy. It's so 70s and really catchy. I got my Leluc, which I like, because I posted a video on them exclusively a while back. So a lot of the newer records I've gotten lately, I've been on random, but I love doing the random thing. There was that great album that, it kind of came and went, what is it, 5-6 years ago? But David Byrne and St. Vincent, that's kind of a cool record. It's that Talking Heads, St. Vincent thing, and commercial yet artsy. And if you've seen the video of them, that tour, pretty amazing stuff. So I had that on the box. Some Chuck Berry, I had an old segment that kept coming back. Chuck Berry, some Eddie Cochran, some Roy Orbison, and Buddy Holly. Mixed in with, when you have like John Coltrane to Roy Orbison to Scout Niblet to Earl Father Hines to John Lennon acoustic or something, that's kind of fun. So I'm not talking and looking and driving, because we're literally stopped. I'm going inches at a time, and I'm not in a rush. This is kind of fun. So BC, thank you for subscribing, and thanks for watching. And oh, Canada, I don't have any Anne Murray, but I do have Neil Young, and I do have Joni Mitchell, and I do have the band, which has 4 out of 5 members from Canada. Levon is the only one not from Canada. What other Canadians do I have? Oh, I have some, God, what's that Canadian band that the guy just died of a brain tumor last year before? I have 3 of their things, and one of them's on here, and I'm sorry if I forgot his name. Very famous, huge in Canada. Didn't really hit as much in the US, but I got him on here random. I got, well, anyway, so tomorrow, Beat Street Records in Vancouver, and coffee, martinis, steak, Paul McCartney, Sir Paul McCartney. What else do you want? Anyway, Mazzy loves you, and I think that's about enough, don't you think? This would be a great live thing, but never live and drive. Take care, PC. Mazzy loves you.